Are you finding that some of your claims are processing out of network and you believe they're being processed incorrectly and should instead be processed in network? While this certainly could be a processing error by the payer, there are a couple of other things to consider as you troubleshoot to resolve. I'm Brandy Brimhall, the CEO of Rapid Credentialing. At Rapid Credentialing, we do end-to-end credentialing in enrollment, credentialing monitoring, which helps to keep your existing enrollments properly attested and active. And we also complete many credentialing corrections related to the common claims processing challenge that I described just a moment ago. Having done billing many years for myself, I know exactly what you're going through when you see a claim processed differently than you'd expect. Your records indicate the provider is in network, yet one or more of your claims is processing out of the network for some reason. This is disruptive in billing, causes uncertainty as to what to communicate and collect from the patient, impacts patient accounts receivables, can impact patient relationships, and of course causes lost time in billing in trying to identify and resolve the issue at hand. I'm going to share with you now some tips that may help you diagnose the root of the apparent processing error when your in-network provider has claims processing out of network. First, our most common assumption to this occurrence is that it's a payer error. Importantly, that is always a possibility to consider. However, before taking steps to appeal the claim for correct processing, there are a couple of other considerations for you to review. After all, we don't want to have lost time in our workday by appealing claims that ultimately come back upholding the original processing. I've done this myself, and I speak with clinics all the time that have this experience on a routine basis. With that said, here is some additional information to help you potentially resolve this processing issue. Many of our third-party payer networks have multitudes of plans and products under the network itself. When a provider is enrolled with a particular network, this does not automatically enroll the provider with all plans and products under that network. Rather, instead, they're enrolled with the selected plans that the provider is eligible to enroll in at the time of the enrollment. With that being said, it's possible and even likely that a provider would be enrolled in some plans under a network and not others. In other words, those claims that we sometimes believe are being processed incorrectly are in fact being processed correctly according to how the provider is enrolled. This is also why business groups with multiple providers often discover that one or more of their providers has claims processing differently than the others for the same payer networks. So what can you do? Unless you're absolutely confident that the issue is related to an insurance payer processing error, the best first steps are usually going to be to first visit your provider portals or contact your networks directly to obtain a detailed list of the plans the provider is enrolled with. This will help you to identify the specific in and out of network plans right when a patient hands you their insurance card. Provider enrollments can be updated or corrected to add additional eligible plans to their existing network enrollments. So that would be a next step when you identify those plans that need to be added. Another thing that's very important for you to do is to ensure that the providers and the business are being properly and timely verified and attested as required by the majority of our payers and networks. Missing these critical attestation dates will result in a claims processing surprise for you, as the providers will be removed from network directories and from payer networks, causing the enrollment to have to be reinitiated. As you can imagine, when this happens, it's extremely disruptive in just about all aspects of the revenue cycle management for the business. If you'd like help to update and correct provider enrollments, to add missing plans like we've discussed here, or if you'd like to ensure that your required network attestations are completed without delay, reach out to us at Rapid Credentialing for more information and assistance. You can see our contact information, our email, our website, and our phone number right there on the screen. I hope this has been helpful. Please reach out with any questions.